Well, hello there and welcome back to a brand new video where today's video, guys, is super exciting because we have another Rugby 25 patch update. And once again, this update is not small. Some people are saying this is a small update. Personally, I think this is kind of a big update because we finally have online play. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. Rugby 25 finally has online play. The real question is will we be able to find a match? Because if you've been following me for a while, we've tried Rugby 20, Rugby 18, even Rugby 15 and Rugby 22. We've never really had the ability to find a match, and we've found a few matches, but it's been glitchy. The connection's been shocking. We've also, I think we've played the odd few matches on Rugby Challenge. I think Rugby Challenge 4 was my most successful time of playing rugby online. However, Rugby 25 could be different. There is a new update which we will talk about, and there's also a new video going over a few things. I think there might be one more update before the end of the year. But what I'm curious about is how long will this game stay at £25? It's currently £24.99 on Steam. I wonder how long it will be now until Rugby 25 do decide to increase the price. I mean, that is what I'm interested about. But anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the new update. So Early Access 5 online update. What they've said here, we're now ready to add the first pass of online into early access. So I imagine there'll be more, further updates coming in regards to, online and all that stuff. So it says here that the first pass of early access online quick match play is basically 5-minute interval halves, and you can use any of the early access teams. So if you remember, when we went through all the leagues, and some would say these were early access, these was like the URC, this was the Gallagher Premiership, etc. And I was always curious. I was like, why have we got like a league, or why have we got a selection or a group of teams called early access? And that's kind of why. So you can only play the early access teams to begin with. I think that was Sale, was that Northampton, was it? Or was that, I can't remember on the top of my head who was early access. So many teams now. But let me know in the comments who they were, because I'm lost. I kind of think Sale, Sharks and Northampton were in the game, I think. Because they were the finalists of last year's Gallagher Premiership. But let me know your thoughts, guys, down below, and let me know who they were, because I'm very much intrigued. And you guys always know more than I do, so please let me know and also help out others as well. They've added camera field of view sliders. So FOV, I've always been a big fan of when it comes to Call of Duty games. Like, for me, FOV is just something magical. It's just the ability of, the ability to expand your field of view, to expand what you see when, playing Call of Duty, for example. I absolutely love it. I love my FOV sliders normally on about, 105, maybe 110, maybe. I kind of like that the FOV kind of wide. But what's interesting here is they've added the field of view slider to Rugby 20. I'm curious to see how that looks, in terms of how it is. We'll definitely have to give it a go. But it says here, adjustment of the field of view for gameplay has been added to the settings menu. This allows the gameplay camera to be zoomed in or out from the default. So might be quite helpful for me when I play side to side. I kind of prefer side to side, but I know some of you guys love the up and down kind of view. Added an offside option, so we can add a setting to disable the display of offer. So that's interesting. So that line, which we saw on the previous update, you can now, if you want to, hide the line, or you can kind of display that line if you wish, which I think is pretty interesting. Improved lineout, so they've removed the current sort of lineout ending with player tackles instead of a maul being formed. Improved animation, so further gameplay animation has been added both for gameplay and various cutscenes. They've also improved the UI, so the flow of the UI has improved in some areas and changed to prepare for future features. Resolved issue with missing setting of sock height. Cool. But what's interesting there is future features, so more features to come. They've also done a general stability of improvements, which has been included in this update. So, like I said, this game is still $24.99. I'm curious to see how long this game will stay at this price. But anyway, we have the YouTube video here, so let's just go and open you up. Let's bump you up to 4K. Let's go and
Hey
click
Rugby
play.
fans, as
what
always,
they
a
say.
huge thanks to everyone who has played the game over the last month and provided us valuable feedback and directions to work on.
Nice.
During this month, we've released...
So it's crazy that they've gone from early access 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you can see there's more to come.
several interim updates to bring focused gameplay improvements, as well as putting in the work on the more major features to follow.
Wow, look, they got early access 6, they got 7 as well. I mean, that's incredible.
First, let's go through some of the gameplay elements improved over the interim update.
So they're going to be going over gameplay, but URC maybe online. This will be the end. Interesting.
It's this month. The support runners introduced in EA4 have been balanced over these updates, creating much more fluid gameplay.
Nice. Okay. More
In-play
fluidity to
kicking also
gameplay.
got updates, improving both user and AI-controlled kicks, as well as more tuning when it comes to passing, which of course will have improvements and updates throughout the early
So
access
kicking is
period
better now,
as
which is
we
good.
refine this core mechanic. And in this update, we build on the work done so far to improve lineouts and mauls. One of the more visible changes is new indicators that show the offside line and offside players, as well as a meter at rucks to help visualize the contest. You can switch these off in the settings menu if you like. We're continuing work on a lot of the under-the-hood systems, and we hope to deliver these changes in both interim and major updates to come.
Nice. So once again, they're improving the fluidity of the game, the lineouts, the mauls. One thing for me is I'm still struggling with scrums. I'm hoping there might be some updates to scrums maybe at some point. But it's nice to see all these updates. And you know, when I said earlier on, like, this is a minor update, but I feel like whenever you include a new game mode, for me, it's kind of major in a way. But it's obviously early access number 5. I think this is a major update because there's a lot of patch information, but I can't remember if Rugby actually declare if it's a major or minor. I know sometimes they say, oh, this is a small little update, this is a big one type thing. But this is a big update, I think, because it's a brand new feature. So if the guys at Big Ant Studio saying, this is only minor, I mean, you know, don't put yourself down, guys. You know, this is a big update. So, you know, any new feature, you know, if I was your release manager or product manager or product owner or whatever people want to call themselves these days, I would say this is a big one. But anyway, let's continue.
The
What are you going
United
to talk about
Rugby
URC?
Championship is here. This release adds the 16
okay.
teams from the URC, with a number featuring full photogrammetry and more to come. As
Nice,
we
we can
work
add
through
the
the photogrammetry
URC
we've gathered on a recent
tournament.
trip to Europe, our environments team has been building up a lot of the official venues for the tournament. Stadiums added in this update include Scottstown,
Ooh, we got some new stadiums.
In Glasgow.
Scottstown,
Cardiff Arms Park,
Cardiff Arms
Kingspan
Park.
Stadium in Belfast, Swansea.com Stadium in Swansea, and Dexcom Stadium in Galway. There are more official venues to come in future updates. We continue to work towards including as much authentic rugby content as possible.
I'm sure we've seen some of that URC already. No? Because we saw a bit of URC in the last update, as well as those stadiums. I'm gonna look at something in a moment. Bear with me.
For those who want more of a challenge than just playing against the AI, we've added online play. This experience is
Jesus Christ, look at this guy's ping. 111 ping. That's not good. That is not
very
good.
much a work in progress. However, we hope everyone can have a lot of fun playing online and explore how competitive the game can be in multiplayer. For now, we'll have online quick match exclusive.
Saracens versus
We set
Northampton
this
Saints.
to 5-minute halves, so we would welcome your feedback on whether that feels like the best match length to get a good online experience.
Well, number one with online, right? Why can't we choose the settings? Like, why does online have to be determined at 5 minutes? Why can't we find a match, like a quick play, and someone set we should be able to customize certain rules, I think. I know it might be harder for matchmaking, but I think, you know, I think you should be able to maybe post a custom game or, you know, create a game. I mean, I can see where they're coming from, but also I can kind of feel that, you know, I guess, like, I haven't played FIFA in a while with online, and I don't know if FIFA is just like a standard 6 minutes. I don't know if you can choose the timing. So maybe I'm just talking pants, and so therefore them saying it to 5 minutes is fair enough. Maybe I'm just used to like playing solo, where you can obviously customize your timings and all that wonderful stuff. And you might be going, Matt, why are you yawning? Because I know there was a comment a few months ago saying, oh my goodness, why are you posting a video when you're tired? I'm not tired. It's just been a long day. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. But no, online's going to be interesting. My only concern is ping. Because in a rugby game, I've kicked the ball and it just is delayed, or or I remember scoring a try and then not scoring a try because, they've already stolen the ball from me. So ping will be a big issue. And if you are like new and go, oh Matt, what does ping mean? So obviously this guy here in the top right corner, 111 ping. So that is so I imagine it's kind of peer-to-peer connection, right? We haven't got a dedicated server. So for example, Matt W here could be the one hosting, and your ping is how long it takes your like internet provider to chat to their internet provider and exchange data. So if Matt W, let's say you've got someone in the UK, let's say someone's in London and someone in Scotland, it's a little bit further to travel, but depending on your internet connection, if it's terrible, you could have a very long ping. So the moment you kick the ball, that's basically, so if I kick the ball, it's immediate my end, but for Matt, he's going to wait 111 milliseconds to see that happen. And that's why in Call of Duty, for example, whenever I play COD, my ping is like 14. So it's instant, it's very, very fast. And that's why, whenever I play like a 70 mil ping, I can feel the difference. I feel like my bullets are not registering. It's one of those things. It's when you play a game, you go, why is that not registering? Like it really should do. And it depends on your end and obviously their end as well. So, yeah, it's also like sometimes when you play with people in America, the ping's much bigger and there's always a bit of delay, hence why people like to play locally, because you have a better connection. So it will be interesting to see how this works out. Will I give this a go? Of course, I'll definitely give this a go. Probably get smashed, but we shall see. What else have they got to talk about? Oh.
Finally, we have a look ahead at the next phases of early access, with the outline of our major deliverables in the next 2 major releases.
Nice.
As always, our focus is on gameplay. We intend to keep delivering big updates to improve how the game plays, and then to introduce more gameplay-related features, culminating in EA7 with the main tactics system being integrated.
So this is EA6. I think this update about online, it's still... I think basically online was delayed, but everything else went ahead still. So this is EA6 apparently, but we are November 25th. So, but they adding Stadium Creator is coming. I don't think Stadium Creator is in the game yet, is it? So we're still waiting. So this is probably a minor update then, but we're still waiting for this. And then December, more improved gameplay of adding tactic system, I think is going to be really, really cool. But yeah, there we go, guys. What do you guys think? It's pretty interesting. I think if we quickly go back to the game and if we click on pause and we look at updates. So, yes. So Early Access 5 is a major update. This is just the online version. Interesting. Just the online version. But there we go, guys. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm excited to give online a go. They've also made a few more tweaks as well to the FOV. So it's going to be interesting. But what do you guys think? I think, like I said, if you watched my YouTube short from earlier, I kind of feel that online in any rugby game has never worked for me. It literally has never worked for me. And I always feel like, I think 2 things. Number 1 is we have to be realistic with rugby games. Rugby games are not popular. And you might go, oh, Matt, there's like 10,000 people. Like, yeah, but 10,000 people is not big when it comes to gaming, right? Like, we look at Call of Duty, for example. Like, you look at people who, like, on Steam, and, like, in terms of who's playing a game. Like, there's, like, 300, 400,000 people. I mean, I think if you were to go to a game... So I think if you were to go, I'm sure there is something in terms of, well, you can check to see how often a game is being played. Like if I type in Black Ops 6, I'm sure you can see how popular a game is. Let's just choose 1975. Why not? I'm sure you can check. There you go. So right now on the community tab, there's 1,300. Matt, you're not even sharing the screen, mate. It's a bit like at work, mate. I'm not even sharing the screen. There we go. I'm sharing the screen. Call of Duty, right, has 1,300 and 135,000 people in the game right now. If I click on View Stats, that's just global achievements. But you can see right now how many people are in the game right now, which is pretty impressive, right? Now, if we go back to... Where was I going? If we go back to Rugby 25, click on the community tab. Click on community tab. There's no one online. There's 2 people in a group chat, and that's about it. Like, it's... Yeah, there's no one online. Versus, like, if I were to search for, if I were to type in, another rugby game. I mean, it's unlikely that Rugby 22, someone's online there. You never know. 9 people are in a group chat, but no one's online. And this update came out today. No one is online. And that's my only concern is that we have to be realistic here. Yes, rugby games are amazing, but rugby doesn't really have the community. Like, it's like sport games, you know? I mean, I think even if I were to search, what was it? PGA Tour? Was it PGA Tour? Yeah, PGA Tour 2K23, a golf game, has right now 545 people. Like, literally, look at this. Only 545 people are playing this game right now, right? 545 people are playing the game right now. And this is a golf game, and golf is big. I don't think there's a PGA, what was it? I don't think there's a 2K24 game yet. I think that's coming out soon. But basically, what I'm trying to get to you is the fact that, like, online in a rugby game sounds great. But at the same time, we have to be realistic here. And I think with rugby games, I just don't see why we need to spend the resource, the money into that part of the game. I would rather they spend more time and effort on the game itself. Because rugby games will get popular as rugby as a sport gets popular, right? Rugby over the last few years kind of plateaued, you know. Like, we look at the Gallagher Premiership, for example. Yeah, like, we're seeing maybe a few more people turn up, but it's not like massive. And that's the only my concern with online play is that really. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, then be sure to massive thumbs up, subscribe if you're new regarding this. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and as always in my next video, adios, chaps, boom. She's a